Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this live stream. My name is Thomas Hyman. I'm the founder and CEO of Realty Partners, and today, this live stream, actually, I'm streaming everywhere because it's about a subject that I'm fairly passionate about, and whether you are in real estate or not, this applies to you. It really should apply to you, and it has to do with financial freedom, with residual income, and retirement. If you're a younger person, then maybe you never thought about retirement. You think, well, I'll get to that later. I've got lots of time. And I used to be that person when I was in my 20s and early 30s. The last thing I thought about strategically was retirement. But I really challenge you, even if you are among the younger ones, to give it some thought, because truth to be told, I've been very, very fortunate, but I also would be in an even better position if I had started earlier. And so this message is for you, regardless of whether you are a real estate professional or not. If you're older and you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you may wonder, geez, is there even anything I can do? And the answer is yes. Now, we've been conditioned as a society, good morning, Daniel, as a society that, the quote unquote government is going to take care of us. And there's a huge, huge problem with that. First of all, if you're going to count on Social Security alone to survive, right now, if you were a high earner, the most you can make is about $2,700. And so I'm just curious, if right now you're quote unquote getting by on $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month, and you really don't have a lot of free time because you're working, how the hell are you going to live on a fraction of that? How are you going to get by on $2,500, $2,600 per month? And now you have all this extra time. You want to do things, you want to experience things, maybe you want to travel, and things aren't getting less expensive. Inflation is going to work against us. So the government and Social Security is not going to be your answer at all. So you don't want to depend on that. So what are the three ways that you can actually retire? There are really only three ways, in my opinion, that you can get yourself to a place where you can retire. And it all boils down to residual income. You need to have passive or residual income, because without passive, and I'm going to turn my phone off here, my apologies, without passive or residual income, you just have to keep on doing what you're doing to generate the income that you have. So you need to generate passive income. And a lot of people don't understand the value of money and the value of passive income. So if you've ever worked with a financial planner, they use the 5% rule. You basically need to have 20 times your income, your annual income, invested in income producing assets, so your home doesn't count for it. You can't sell a piece of your home every month to live on it. So you need to have 20 times your income invested in order to be able to replace that income with passive income. And that's roughly the formula also used for annuities. If you were to give an annuity, an insurance company, a lump sum of money and have them pay you X dollars for the rest of your life. And so what does that mean? That means if you're making $100,000 right now per year, 20 times 100,000 would be $2 million. So you would have to have a nest egg of $2 million that will continue to grow, and that you can then draw on 5% per year in order to replace your income. And so the value of money is to understand, what is that annuity? What is that revenue stream worth? Okay, so $1,000 passive income per month would be a complete game changer for 99% of people. And it may not seem like a lot. $1,000 passive income per month that comes in like clockwork. How much is that worth? That's $12,000 per year times 20. That's $240,000. That's about 250, almost $250,000. That's the value. That $1,000 a month in passive income is worth $250,000. And I'm telling you right now, if you were to purchase a rental home and you pay cash for it, so you don't have a mortgage, and then you figure all of your operating expenses and repairs and vacancies and insurance, et cetera, and taxes, you're going to net roughly $1,000 per month per property. And I'm talking from experience because my wife and I build up a quite sizable portfolio of properties. And that's what you're looking at. So $1,000 a month equals $250,000. So that means two things. If you want to make $1,000 a month passively, it's going to cost you $250,000. You need to deploy $250,000 to get $1,000 a month. Or conversely, if you have $1,000 a month coming in, that's worth almost $250,000, $240,000. $2,000 a month will be $500,000. $4,000 a month be $1 million. $8,000 a month be $2 million. So this is just, you know, over the thumb, but it's something to really, you know, be aware of. And so how do you create passive income? How are you able to retire one day? A lot of people think that, okay, my home is going to be my retirement. And that's a fallacy, really, because your home is not an investment. You know, your home doesn't exist for investment purposes because you're always going to have to live somewhere. So yes, I believe you absolutely want to own your home free and clear because it's going to give you a tremendous amount of safety and nobody can take it away from you. And you could work part-time at McDonald's or at Starbucks to make enough money to pay for your taxes and insurance. But it's not going to generate any kind of income for you. You know, you can have a $5 million home paid for free and clear. It's not going to generate any income for you unless you maybe rent out some of the bedrooms. So your home is a security foundation, and it eliminates your need to pay, you know, to have mortgage payments. So if you're paying $2,000 a month right now on your mortgage and the home is paid free and clear, that obviously gives you an extra $2,000 a month, but it's not an investment that is going to secure your retirement. So there are really, in my opinion, a few ways you can generate passive or residual income. The first one is investments. And so as a real estate professional, and most of you are going to be real estate professionals, but even if you're working in any other venue, the same thing holds true for you. There are two types of investments you can make. One is income producing investments and one is speculative investments, hoping that things go up in value. And the top income producing investment obviously be real estate. So if you're in a real estate business, you should own real estate. If you're not in a real estate business, you should own real estate. And here's why. Real estate is an asset that has a built-in inflation hedge. So inflation will kick back into gear. The gravy times that we have right now are not going to last forever. So mark my words, there will be inflation. And real estate is going to keep up with inflation. It's going to buffer against inflation. It's a hard asset that is going to protect you against inflation. If you have cash in the bank, it's going to become worth less due to inflation because that same $10,000 is going to be able to buy less. It's going to have less purchasing power. Real estate, to me, is one of the most favorite investments because you can quantify your return at the onset when you make purchase. So some people buy real estate hoping that it's going to go up in value. We saw what happened in 2007, 2008. You know, those hopes were shattered, and it can happen again. So you don't want to buy real estate as a speculative investment necessarily. We're talking about your retirement now. You want to purchase real estate with a view towards the income stream and tax benefits that it's going to give you. So when you purchase real estate, you can run your numbers right there. It's going to cost me this much to purchase this property. Here are my operating expenses, and here are the income streams that I can expect. This is how much rent I can charge. This is how much I need to figure in terms of vacancy. If I'm going to hire a property management company, this is how much they're going to charge. So you can quantify and you can determine what is your return on investment, your ROI, before you make the purchase. So if you're going to buy a property for $200,000, you will know, is it going to have a negative ROI, or is it going to have a 5% or 10% or 15% ROI? And newsflash here, if you go into lower to middle level income areas, the properties are not going to be as pretty, but remember, you're not buying them to move into them, you're buying them to rent them. Your ROI, your return on investment, is going to be much, much, much higher. So real estate investments is the first way to generate passive income for yourself. And if you plow your income back into the mortgage and pay it off early, and right now mortgage interests are so incredibly low, where it actually makes sense to finance an investment property, it'll be paid off in 15 years, maybe sooner, and then you're just going to have that passive residual income stream coming in. And who cares if the property goes up in value or stays where it's at or goes down in value? The only thing we care about is rents. And there's a shortage of rental properties, and rents have been going up, up, up. And so this is going to be a driver of passive income for you. The second type of investment that will drive eventually passive income for you is investing in assets that are going to appreciate over time. And you don't want to get into the stock picking game. Warren Buffett said it best. You want to buy a Standard & Poor's 500 index fund that is has a very, very low expense ratio, and it's going to beat any managed fund or hedge fund, et cetera, 95% of the time. And he did a famous $1 million bet, and nobody won it. The S&P 500 index won out. And the beautiful thing with an index is that it's a basket of stocks, but if a stock falls on poor luck, so to speak, then that stock is removed from the index basket and a different stock comes in to take its place. But it's going to be the 500 strongest companies. And so if you have a longer term investment horizon, that would be the thing to do. A lot of people are trying to sell you managed investment products, but there are so many fees built into that you really, really want to think about it twice. If you're going to work with a financial advisor, make sure he or she is a fiduciary that is not going to earn commissions on your trades. And so if you have a longer term horizon, then you can, invest more aggressively in the market. And then as you get closer to retirement, you want to shift towards income producing stocks, for example. So there are dividend stocks where you purchase that stock and they're going to have an X% dividend rate, a return, an income to you that is being paid. I don't want to pitch any companies here, do your own homework, but that is another way for you to start to accumulate wealth. And the key is you have to do it, and you really have to pay yourself first. My suggestion is that you pay yourself literally 15 to 20% first every single month, right off the top. And if that doesn't leave enough money for you, then get another job. Do something else, because if you don't pay yourself first, I guarantee you no one else is going to pay you later. And there's so many tax advantages and different things that you can do to maximize your savings, to maximize your investments. You really want to take advantage of it. The third way is to generate income, passive residual income from a business. And so, when you start your own company or you're in the real estate business, for example, you trade time for money. In order for you to get customers, in order for you to show homes, in order for you to do closings, you have to trade time for money. There's number one, only so much time available, but you have to be in it. If you stop, then your income stops. I don't care if you're a superstar agent that does 500 deals a year. If you stop, if you went away, your income is going to go away. And so that's an active income that you have. Passive income would be owning a piece of a company where you get a piece of the profits paid to you every single year, having a residual income stream. And that's what Realty Partners is offering. There are a number of ways you can have residual income streams. One is to, make an investment in a company. Another one would be a network marketing company where, I don't know, they sell pet food and you have dogs and you love their product. You tell 5 others and they tell 5 others and they tell 5 others, and you get a little piece override on the purchases that everyone makes. Robert Kiyosaki, who is someone that you should know, and if you don't know him, I strongly suggest you pick up Rich Dad Poor Dad and then read the entire book series. It's an incredible education. He highly recommends network marketing as a way. And there are, several real estate companies that utilize a network marketing type of program, and Realty Partners is one of them. We use a binary program. We have revenue sharing. So if you join Realty Partners, not only do you get paid on the income on your own personal sales that you make, but you also get paid a share of the income of anyone that you introduce to the company. And if they introduce someone else, you get a little bit of theirs as well. And so it builds momentum. And we have a lot of agents that are millionaires in the making that just don't understand it yet, that don't see it yet, because again, $1,000 a month is worth $250,000. $500 a month is worth over $100,000, and we have a lot of people that make more than $500 a month. So if you have a $500 passive income, from your Amway business or from your, essential oil business or whatever it is, that is a tremendous asset. That's worth literally, that $500 a month is worth $100,000. And so ideally you want to build multiple revenue streams. My passion really with Realty Partners is to create a pathway to retirement, both through passive residual income, which is now money, as well as through ownership, equity ownership, which is long-term benefit for both our agents and our employees. So if you're not yet part of Realty Partners, then I invite you to reach out to me or talk to the person that shared Realty Partners with you and learn how, as a real estate professional, you can not only maximize your own income and have us help you run your business, but also build an asset for the future, generate passive income for yourself, and become a partner and be a part owner in the company and have that equity ownership interest as well. If you are in a different kind of business, then I challenge you to look for ways you can create passive income. There are all sorts of products being sold through network marketing, from vitamins to essential oils to coffee to pet food, and the list goes on and on and on. And some people, just think, I would never do that. But if you're going to buy a product, why not buy a product from yourself and build residual income in the process if you're passionate about it? It's all about passive income. And very few people are going to hit a home run where they're going to have, all of a sudden $10 million falling out of the sky because they had a brilliant and started a company and it's just worth, all this money, or they went to work for a company like Facebook during the early days. I mean, those are few and far between. 99.99999% of all people that doesn't happen to, that doesn't apply to, but it doesn't mean that you cannot create financial freedom for yourself. And it starts with the actions that you take. Paying yourself first, looking for ways you can invest money, and looking for ways to create multiple residual income streams. I mean, right now, if you had a catalog of passive income sources, if you were a singer, for example, you might have 300 songs, and some make you $5 a month, some songs may make you $30 a month, a couple of songs might make you $100 a month. It all adds up. And the same thing here. You might have a few rental properties, they're not paid for yet, but they make you $200-300 a month each. You might have a passive income stream with your company that's going to pay you $1,000 or $2,000 a month. You might have a couple of other things together with your spouse, some network marketing stuff that brings in a couple $100 here and there. It all adds up. And that's going to become your ticket to retirement. And especially these passive residual income stream opportunities will continue to grow. Within Realty Partners, I can tell you that last year was obviously a challenging year because of COVID. It wasn't challenging in terms of real estate. We did a lot of sales, but it was more challenging in terms of recruiting and growing because, of course, everyone wants to stay put. Nobody wants to change when there's just a world of uncertainty around you. But our payouts, the income that our agents generated grew by 38%, 2020 over 2019, up 38%. That's huge. And so if you talk to anyone in our company who's been with us for a while, their passive income over time continues to grow, and part of that is because of the unique plan that we have, our binary plan, where we have agents getting paid on 30, 40, 50 levels. And it does take time, but again, put things in context. $1,000 a month is worth $250,000. $2,000 a month is worth $500,000. You have to understand the value of money. If you don't, you're going to be a slave of money and never a master. So I hope you get something valuable out of this. I don't want to take up any more of your time. It's almost 20 minutes into it. Feel free to direct message me, send me a DM, send me a message on Facebook, or leave a comment wherever you see this on Facebook or YouTube or on Workplace. And I wish you a fantastic, phenomenal Friday and weekend to come. And please, please, please make planning for your future a priority. And the key is residual income, and you have to understand the value of residual income. Thanks so much and have a fantastic day.